Hey, here's the script rewritten in Dr. Anya Sharma's voice, following all your guidelines. If you're a man navigating your 60s and feeling like that get up and go has gotten up and gone, you're so not alone. But listen to this, because it's key. Your body's not giving out on you. It's sending you a message, a heads up that things are shifting with your circulation, your nervous system, and those all-important hormones. And the cool part, it's totally reversible. No surgery, no heavy-duty meds, just 3 simple pressure points right here in the palm of your hand. I'm Dr. Anya Sharma, and for nearly 2 decades, I've been helping men rediscover that spark, reclaim their intimacy, and feel like themselves again, without relying on pills or complicated routines. And trust me, what I'm about to share has been a game-changer for so many of my patients who thought those golden years were, well, tarnished. Because here's the thing, everyone's chasing solutions in prescriptions and procedures, but so few realize the power they're already holding, literally, in their own hands. Inside your palm are 3 super-sensitive, medically backed pressure points that can naturally boost blood flow, dial down stress, and reignite your body's morning mojo, all without popping a single pill. Just a few minutes a day stimulating these points can make a real difference in your sleep, your circulation, and your confidence. And when you pair them with a few easy daily habits, the results can be life-changing. So stick with me, because in this video, I'm going to walk you through each of these 3 hand points, step by step, and at the end, I'll call out a super common mistake that's probably blocking your progress without you even knowing it, and how to fix it, tonight. Before we dive in, if you're not already part of the community, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss my tips to help you reclaim your strength, circulation, and confidence after 60. And if you're finding this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, a 0 is cool too. Your feedback helps me create content that truly supports you. Now that you're seeing the potential in your own hands, let's jump into the first and, I think, most important pressure point, the one right smack dab in the center of your palm. This point is called Lao Gong, and it's the key to chilling out your nervous system, opening up those blood vessels, and reawakening that natural flow that fuels your morning vitality. Let me show you exactly where it is, why it works, and how to make it work for you. 1. Lao Gong, heart of the palm. I'll never forget a patient of mine, 72 years young, a retired teacher, who looked me straight in the eye and said, "Doc, I just miss waking up feeling like a man." It wasn't about ego, it was deeper than that. It was about that quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body's still got it, still alive, still strong. And that's when I showed him this, Lao Gong, right in the center of the palm. Most people have never even heard of it, but it has the power to bring back what age and stress have quietly taken away. Lao Gong, often called the heart of the palm, isn't just a pretty name. It's located right in the middle of your palm, just below the space between your index and middle fingers. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's linked to the pericardial meridian, the energetic pathway that governs your heart rhythm, your emotional balance, and how easily your blood vessels relax. But even from a Western medicine perspective, this spot is important. It's directly connected to the parasympathetic nervous system, which controls your body's ability to chill out, recover, and get ready for intimacy. When a man is constantly under pressure, whether it's from work, worries, or just the general weight of getting older, his body goes into fight-or-flight mode. And that means tight blood vessels, racing thoughts, poor sleep, and, worst of all, reduced blood flow where you need it most. Lao Gong helps flip the switch. When you press it with intention, breathing deeply as you do, you're sending a message to your nervous system. Hey, it's okay now. You can let go. You can open up. I usually guide my patients like this. Open your hand, relax your fingers, and place the thumb of your other hand on the soft center of your palm. Apply a gentle but firm pressure, and move in small, slow, clockwise circles. Breathe in slowly through your nose, and breathe out through your mouth. As you do this for 1 to 2 minutes, notice what you feel. Lots of people report a subtle warmth radiating from their palm. Others feel a wave of calm in their chest, or even a tingle down below. These aren't just random. They're signs that your body is reawakening its inner flow. Now, I'm not going to promise that pressing this one point will magically fix everything overnight. But when you do it consistently, especially before bed or first thing in the morning, this simple practice helps recalibrate your internal systems. It dials down blood pressure, calms your heart, quiets your mind, and gently encourages blood to move where it's needed most. Some guys notice better sleep within days. Others tell me they start waking up with stronger, more natural morning erections after a week or two. And for many, this little ritual becomes something sacred, a moment of connection with the body they thought was starting to fade. The beauty of Lao Gong isn't just what it does, but what it represents. It reminds you that healing doesn't always need external fixes. Sometimes the answer is right there in the center of your hand. You just have to press in, breathe deep, and trust the process. But here's where it gets really interesting. While Lao Gong opens the door to relaxation and blood flow, there's another point, smaller, more hidden, that deals with something just as critical, your emotions. Because even when your body's calm, emotional tension can block your progress without you even realizing it. And that's where we are going next. Let me introduce you to a point that works like a reset button for your stress. 2. Shao Fu, emotional reset switch. There's something most men won't say out loud, but I hear it all the time in my office. It's not just the body that feels older after 60. It's the weight in your chest, the quiet frustration, those moments of doubt when you're lying awake at night wondering if your best days are behind you. And that emotional weight, believe it or not, is often the very thing strangling your circulation and slowly draining your vitality. That's why this second point, called Shao Fu, is so important. It's what I call the emotional reset switch. Because when emotions tighten the body, blood flow suffers. But when we release them, something remarkable starts to happen. Shao Fu is tucked in a soft groove between your pinky and ring finger, right where your palm begins to rise. It doesn't look like much. Most guys breeze right over it without a second thought. But this unassuming point holds the key to resetting the part of your nervous system that's overloaded by chronic stress. You see, we often talk about blood flow like it's just about arteries and veins. But the truth is, your emotions shape your circulation. Fear, grief, frustration, they tighten your chest, shorten your breath, and close off your blood vessels. That's not just a saying, that's biology. I remember a patient named Harold. He was 68 and carried the quiet sadness of a man who'd lost his wife. He hadn't had a full night's sleep in years. His morning erections were gone. He thought he was broken. But when I guided him to Shao Fu and had him apply steady pressure there while breathing slowly, something shifted. He teared up, not from pain, but from release. And over the next few weeks, his body started doing things it hadn't done in years. He slept deeper, woke up stronger, and started to feel like his old self again. Not because of a pill, but because he finally gave his body permission to let go. To stimulate Shao Fu, you don't need force. What you need is presence. Sit calmly. Let your hand relax naturally. Take the thumb of your other hand, and press gently but steadily into that fleshy area between your pinky and ring finger. Hold for 30 to 60 seconds while breathing deeply. If you feel a subtle tenderness, you've found the right spot. That slight discomfort is emotional tension trapped in your hand, tension you've probably carried for years without even noticing. And here's the cool part, when you release it, your body thanks you. Your breath deepens. Your chest loosens. Your pelvic region, often ignored but so essential, starts to receive more blood. Lots of guys tell me that after doing this nightly, they start waking up with clarity, calm, and a natural morning erection they hadn't seen in months. Because Shao Fu doesn't just reset your emotions. It reopens the pathways that allow your body to feel again, to connect again, and to respond the way it's meant to. It reminds your nervous system that it's safe to rest. And when the body feels safe, it heals. But even with emotional release and nervous system support, there's one more element that can make or break your results, your sleep cycle. If your nights are a mess, your mornings will be rough. And there's one final point hidden low in the palm that can help restore your deep sleep, balance your hormones, and bring your mornings back to life. It's the point connected directly to your brain's sleep-wake control center, and it may be the most overlooked of them all. Let's go there now. 3. Pineal reflex zone. Sleep switch. Sleep, It's one of the first things that slips away as we get older, and one of the last things most guys think about fixing. But here's the truth I've seen again and again with my patients: if your sleep is broken, everything else follows. Poor sleep lowers testosterone. It slows circulation. It blunts arousal. It drains your confidence before the day even begins. But it doesn't have to be that way. There's a small, almost hidden spot on your palm that connects directly to the sleep-wake center in your brain. It's called the pineal reflex zone, and it's what I call your body's sleep switch. Now, I know this might sound a little woo-woo. A point on your hand that helps you sleep better and restores morning erections. But once you understand the connection, it makes total sense. Deep inside your brain sits the pineal gland, a tiny structure that produces melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. And through the nervous system, this gland can be influenced by pressure signals sent from specific points on your body. The reflex zone at the base of your palm, just above your wrist, is one of the most effective and underused tools I've ever seen for resetting that system. I had a patient, William, 74 years old. He hadn't slept through the night in over a decade. He'd wake up 2, 3, sometimes 5 times a night. No energy, no drive, no morning response. His body was trying to rest, but never quite getting there. I showed him this technique, let him tap gently on the pineal reflex zone each night for a few minutes. At first, he felt a little silly. He even told me it felt too simple to matter. But within a week, he was sleeping longer. By the second week, he stayed asleep. By week 3, he told me he felt like a new man. Morning energy, stronger erections, and a mental clarity he hadn't had since his 50s. So, how do you do it? Just take your index or middle finger and gently tap the base of your palm, right at the center, just above where your wrist begins. Do about 60 light taps in a row. Then, pause and breathe. Repeat the sequence one more time. It's not about pressure, it's about rhythm. This stimulation sends signals through your nervous system to the pineal gland, encouraging melatonin production and calming your entire body. This one step helps rebalance the natural hormonal rhythm that governs your energy, your mood, and, yes, your ability to wake up feeling strong again. What makes this point especially powerful is how directly it supports the hormonal chain reaction you need for peak performance. When melatonin rises at night, testosterone is produced more efficiently. When testosterone rises, so does the quality of your circulation and the strength of your morning response. It's all connected. Your sleep, your hormones, your energy. And the pineal reflex zone is like a reset button you can press each night without medication, without side effects. For many men, this step alone brings back the kind of restful sleep they'd nearly given up on. But here's the thing I always tell my patients: activating these pressure points is just the beginning. If you want the results to last and even multiply, there are a few simple daily habits you can add to boost the effectiveness of everything we've covered so far. These habits are easy, natural, and take just minutes. Yet, when combined with these hand techniques, they create a powerful shift in your body's ability to restore itself. And that's exactly what we'll explore next. 4. Booster habits to supercharge results. I've always believed healing is about rhythm, not perfection. And after nearly 2 decades of working with men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s, I've noticed something important. The ones who saw the biggest improvements weren't always the ones who tried the hardest, but the ones who created small, meaningful habits around what actually works. That's what this final piece is about. These booster habits may seem simple, but when paired with the 3 hand pressure points you've already learned, they become the secret weapon that accelerates recovery and brings results faster, deeper, and more consistently. Let me tell you about one of my longtime patients, Alan. He was 69, retired, and had been doing the pressure point routine daily. After 2 weeks, he noticed small improvements, better sleep, a little more energy. But he felt like something was still missing. I asked him one question: what do you do before and after your routine? He paused. Nothing, he said. And that's when I introduced these small yet powerful additions. First, I had him soak his hands in warm water each evening before the routine, just 3 to 5 minutes. No special equipment, just a bowl and warm tap water. This little step relaxes the muscles, opens up the capillaries, and makes the pressure points more responsive. Alan told me it felt like a signal to his body, okay, it's time to shift gears. And sure enough, after adding this step, his sleep deepened, and his morning strength became more noticeable. Next, I suggested he apply a small amount of citrus-scented lotion, orange or lemon, right after drying his hands. Why citrus? Because these scents are naturally calming to the brain and help activate the parasympathetic nervous system, making each acupressure point even more effective. He didn't think it would matter, but a few days in, he told me something unexpected. My whole body feels calmer the moment I smell that lotion. Then there's the internal side of things, what you give your body to work with. About 30 minutes before bed, I had Ellen eat one small banana and a handful of walnuts. It's not just a snack, it's a targeted combination of nutrients. Bananas deliver magnesium and potassium, both essential for muscle relaxation and blood vessel flexibility. Walnuts contain natural melatonin and healthy fats that support hormone production and deep sleep. Together, they set the stage for real recovery while you rest. I also encourage him to try fingertip tapping, just a light, 30-second rhythm of tapping each fingertip on a wooden surface before the pressure point work. It sounds almost silly, but what it does is awaken the nerves in your hand, gently stimulate circulation, and prepare your brain for sensory input. Alan told me it felt like warming up before a workout. His hands felt alive and ready. Finally, I suggested wearing thin cotton gloves to bed, not for fashion, but to help retain the warmth from the pressure point work and allow the effects to linger deeper into the night. It keeps the nervous system engaged in recovery mode, even while you sleep. These steps don't require money, supplements, or fancy gadgets, just presence, just intention. And when added to your nightly or morning routine, they become the difference between small improvements and a full return of vitality. Over time, they create a rhythm your body begins to trust, a steady signal that healing isn't just possible, it's happening. But before you start your journey with these tools in hand, there's one final message I want to leave you with. Because even after all the techniques and tips, there's something deeper, something no one talks about, that could change the way you see aging, healing, and your own potential from this day forward. And that's what I want to share with you next. Conclusion. Hope is in your hands. After everything we've covered, Lao Gong, Shao Fu, the pineal reflex zone, and the simple daily habits to support them, I want you to remember something deeply personal. You're not broken. You're not too late. And you are definitely not alone. I've sat across from countless men just like you, men who thought decline was inevitable, that morning vitality was a thing of the past. But the truth is, your body has simply been waiting for a signal, for attention, for the right kind of care. With just your hands and a few intentional minutes a day, you've learned how to activate powerful systems within your own body, your circulation, your hormones, your sleep, your strength. That's not magic, that's you. Your body still remembers how to be strong, how to be responsive, how to come alive in the morning. You've just given it permission to begin again. So, keep going. Build the rhythm. Trust the process. Because healing isn't about going back in time, it's about stepping into your power now, with wisdom, with patience, and with hope. And that hope, it's not out there. It's right here. It's in your hands.